Hi there, and welcome to Gaining Vision. I'm Melanie. Thanks for joining me once again. If you're a return visitor or if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and share. Have you heard the word resilience? It's a buzzword lately, and you know what? It's really relevant in these times. So resilience is the ability to withstand or recover from something quickly. So there's so many examples of resilience. I know that I myself was resilient whenever came the stroke and having to adjust to my blindness. But so many of us are resilient in our own way. Whether you've lost your job and you've decided to educate yourself or train in a different career, people are resilient. They learn how to come back on top. Single moms or fathers are resilient because not only are they raising their children or working or going to school, they recover quickly from a bad situation. A lot of people that are divorced, they go through change and they're not sure about what's going to come next, how they're going to make money, how will they ever carry on without their partner. Or perhaps it's a death in the family. All of these challenges that we are faced on a daily or yearly basis, we are faced with that choice of what to do. Do we give up or do we fight? And most of us come out and show that we're resilient. Resilience is a wonderful thing, and we always say kids are resilient because no matter what, they're always going to keep going. So whether a marriage breaks up and now their parents are not together, they learn to cope really quickly. As adults, it's a little bit harder for us because we're stuck in our ways. The great thing about resilience, though, is it encourages us and others when we see people who are resilient and they can overcome and withstand things to do better for ourselves. Think about COVID-19. We are going through something incredible, and a lot of us are coming up with really great things. We're getting through it day by day. We may not be loving the situation, but with that choice, we choose to fight. And we have to learn to adjust to what this new normal is. And we are. We're getting through it. We're finding new ways for our kids to go to school. We're finding new ways of us to communicate with one another. Resilience is a wonderful thing because it makes you feel great. So when we're at the bottom of the bottom and we think that there's nothing better that can come our way because we have suffered a loss or we've suffered a tragedy, we really don't see the bright light at the end of the tunnel. We see all the gloom and doom. And it may take us time for our resilience to come to the forefront. So there's some ways that we can bring that resilience out of ourselves, but we have to be willing and open to it. So we have all those negative thoughts in our head that we've talked about before, saying, oh, my life sucks, I feel down, I have nothing, all those negative things. By turning our process, our mindset to a positive lens instead will help us get that glimpse of resilience quicker. So if you've lost your job, first thing is, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay the bills? If you've lost your loved one, oh my gosh, how am I going to carry on? Because life has altered. But day by day, as you wake up and the sun may shine, or maybe it's a cloudy day, you'll know that you'll have a whole day ahead of you to find out what you're made of. We all are full of strength, inner strength, that may not always come through. We don't have to be able to pick up 1,000,000 pounds and show off our physical strength, but what's inside is what's most important. And someone with resilience has so much strength. It may be hidden, it may be deep, deep, deep down, and you have to dig deep for it. But having people around you to encourage you to continue fighting is good, but you've got to discover your resilience on your own. You've heard of people that have been in terrible accidents, have lost limbs, that may have suffered a terrible tragedy. Perhaps they were in a fire and they've now have burns on the majority of their bodies and they've undergone surgery after surgery, or cancer survivors. anybody that's experiencing something that's life-changing. But resilience is what keeps them going. And once you fight through all the bad and you discover there is light at the end of that tunnel, you will be able to create new amazing ways for yourself. And maybe you've discovered how you can do something differently. Perhaps it's something that you never thought you'd be doing yourself. A different career option, a different way of looking at life. But you'll find a way. And when you find that journey and you go through it and experience a whole new lifestyle with that, your resilience shines through. So there's going to be a lot of naysayers and say, oh no, you can't do it, or you it's okay. You can grieve, you can just deal with what you've got, or you can stay home. That's my favorite. The resilience in you won't let you stay home. It will keep you fighting. It'll keep pushing you to try new things, to dig deep into what it is that you want. Talking about those kids, who are resilient, they change and they adapt so quickly because most of the times they don't have a choice, because as adults we tend to make choices for them, for what's best for them. But as adults, we don't have our parents necessarily to make those best choices, and really, would you want them to for you? You have the decision making, you have the control of your life. And if you look at any child that you know that has gone through change or tragedy, look at the smile on their face all the time. Look at how vibrant they are. Look at how they bounce back. And emulate them. I'm not saying you have to regress your childhood, but their enthusiasm for life, their zest for life. Because that's what resilience is all about, is about you taking control of your life and doing something you're passionate about to change your life in a direction that is going to work for you. It may not be the one that you thought it would be, but that fight, that grit that you have inside, and that inner strength will come through bit by bit. There are so many stories of resilience, and I've been able to witness many of them with my clients, my friends, and just from watching inspirational videos. I encourage you to tell your story of resilience, because you have one. It may not be that big tragedy that you've lost a limb or that you have lost somebody dear to you, but it could be in everyday life. Maybe it was that loss of a job or that loss of that loved one. How have you bounced back? How have you recovered? And how are you bouncing back and recovering COVID-19? We are all starting to see things open up now, and people are getting back to work. And I'm sure you're going to be resilient and get back there with a great different outlook on life. We'll be safer, we'll be a little bit more cautious, but resilience will let us bounce back, recover, and go through life with that smile on our face and that positive attitude, and keep enjoying every life, because we only have one life to live, and each day holds such new adventures for us. If we give out and don't use our resilience, we're never going to experience them. I'd love to hear your stories of resilience. Please reach out to me, share them with me, because I know we all have a story to share, and I can't wait to hear yours. So until next time, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share, and be resilient. You've got it inside you. I know you do. Till next time, see ya.